Hey everybody, it's Andrea. Before we start today's show, I have a super quick announcement to share with all of you. Beginning in April, I'm going to be launching a series of college to career live weekend boot camps to help graduating seniors as well as juniors who are confused about what jobs or careers they might want to pursue when they graduate. So imagine going from confused to confident with at least 3 different career options you'd be psyched to explore by the end of day 1 of the boot camp. And then learning the tools, tactics, and the strategies to find those jobs by the end of day 2. The boot camp is live and it's led by me over Zoom. And you can learn more about it at College to Career Academy. That's college, the number 2, career.academy. Or you can just look me up on LinkedIn and check out the featured section of my LinkedIn page. I can't imagine a better graduation gift for the college students in your life. Thanks so much for listening, and I know you're going to enjoy my next incredible guest. Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's time for coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java Junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career triple shot K-Cup with my guest, Jim Kwik. We were taught at a very young age how to read. And in fact, as you go into in Limitless, that is one of the reasons that many of us are not able to speed read.
Yes.
Can you break that down?
Yeah, let's go there. You know, my goal in writing this book, my teachers would have been surprised if I wrote a book, read a book, even much less wrote a book. And what I would say is my goal was to make this book not necessarily the most bought. We were very fortunate that we ended this year and started this year as the number 1 nonfiction book on Amazon. It actually exceeded President Obama's book also as well for the entire week, the number 1 book. And I think it's more of a testament to where people's mind is in 2021, that they really want to aspire again. They want to dream again. They want to think about limitless possibilities and potential. And so part of it is becoming this butterfly, and while the beauty is in the butterfly, the growth happens in the cocoon. And I wanted to make this book not necessarily the most bought, but the most read. So we do a whole chapter in the book on the art and science of speed reading. I think it's an incredible advantage to have this ability that most of us, like when you get into your job, we just spend 4 or 5 hours a day just processing information. Think about you're drowning in emails and media and propose whatever you have to study for your school, your work. And if you just cut that in half, 4 hours could become 2 hours. You save 2 hours a day over the course of a year, even 1 hour a day over the course of a year is 365 hours. How many 40-hour work weeks is that? That's 9. 2 months of productivity you get back by saving 1 hour a day on something ubiquitous like reading. So in the book, we really talk about not just the art of speed reading, but also smart reading, how to not only read faster, but understand what you read, retain what you read, apply what you read. And so when people go to limitlessbook.com, we actually gift them a 10-day basic speed reading memory course so that, and we donated all the proceeds of this book to charity, to education initiatives, to women's Alzheimer's funds, and memory of my grandmother. I lost my grandmother to Alzheimer's when I was 6 and a half. So when I was going through my learning challenges, she was taking care of me because my parents were always working, but then I started taking care of her at 6 or 7. So it was really something that's very passionate for me, my purpose. But going back to speed reading, reading is it's not something you're born to be able to do. You learned it, but the last time you took a class called reading, how old were you? 6, maybe 7 years old. So the difficulty and demand has increased tremendously. But is it fair to say we still read it at the same time we were taught, last taught? And what I would say is there should have been a class shortly after that on how to read with better focus, retention and understanding. And so one of the things everybody could do here is, and in my Instagram profile, there's a link I just put for a 1-hour masterclass, if that's okay. It's free. It's jimkwik.com/reading for those of you who want to go directly there. You bring a book online and I take you through exercises. But one of the things you could do right now is use a visual pacer while you read. I found that after teaching this for almost 3 decades is that slow readers will read and they'll backskip and reread words unconsciously. And it takes more energy. It takes more time to do that. And it doesn't help comprehension at all. And so, but having a visual pacer pull you through as you underline with a pen, a highlighter, your finger, a mouse on a computer, we've shown that it's actually boosts your reading speed and focus 25 to 50%, which is a tremendous gain. I mean, you think about how many people would love to get 25 or 50% return on their investments, right? But reading takes time. Time is money, right? And so just boosting your reading speed 50% can save you 20 minutes on every hour of the day. And that really adds up. So just underlining the words, not touching the screen or touching the paper as you're reading will boost it. And you don't trust everything I'm saying. What I would recommend is grab a book and then put a little mark in the margin, time yourself to read for 60 seconds, and then just without your finger, just how you normally read, and then put another mark in the margin at the end of 60 seconds, count the number of lines you just read, and then pick up where you left off using your finger, just underlining the words, not skipping or anything, and then time it for 60 seconds, count the number of lines. And that for most people, that second number will be a lift of 25, 50% with just 30 seconds or 2 minutes of practice. And so those are the little kind of brain bites that we teach in our podcast. In this book, we have a whole bunch of quick starts in there on like a 60-second exercise you could do to show measurable results. And my thing has always been that there are little things that I've identified that are like the lead dominoes. And if you hit that one domino, for anyone who plays dominoes as a game, you can hit a lot of other dominoes. And learning how to learn, it's called meta learning. Meta learning is learning how to learn. Metacognition is thinking about your thinking. It's a meta skill. And when you can do that, it makes everything easier. When you learn how to speed read, all the other things you have to read after that gets easier. It's like in one of my favorite books, and I mentioned a lot of books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Dr. Stephen Covey, his last 7th habit is sharpen the saw. That if you have a lot of wood you need to cut, but if you have a dull blade, when's the best time to sharpen it? In the beginning, middle, or end. If you wait to the end, you're going to struggle a lot. You're going to waste a lot of time. You're going to suffer a whole lot. You're going to stress a whole lot, as opposed to taking time to sharpen your skills, and then everything gets easier after that. That's what this book entails. That's the nature of our work. We want to upgrade those skills, upgrade your brain, so that if you had higher technology here, like if you have slow technology, your technology could be your phone or your computer, it's just slow. And it takes so much time and it gets jammed up and you have to reboot it, right? But if you upgrade your technology, your systems, everything is free flowing and you can handle a lot more. You remember a lot more and you can work faster and there's an ease to it. Reading or recalling 2 or 3 times faster, it's not extra work. It's not frantic fast. It's like an ease. If somebody is more physically fit, if they're going to go up a hill, somebody who's not could struggle and sweat and huff and puff. But somebody who's physically fit, they can do it with ease and they can enjoy the journey. My goal for everybody here is I believe you have genius inside of you, that your life is like an egg, that if an egg is broken by an outside force, life ends. But if it's broken by an inside force, life begins. And great things tend to begin in the inside, like that egg. And I believe everybody has genius and greatness and superpowers inside. And if you can't tap into it, it's just because you weren't shown how. What if you were born with these incredible superpowers, not to leap tall buildings in a single bound or shoot lasers out of your eyes? What if you have this ability to leap tall, textbooks, go through that? Or what if you have the ability to have this incredible sharp laser focus? What if you could have this bulletproof memory, right? What if those are your modern day superpowers that will help you show up in your career, in your college, in your education with confidence?
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.